75 games. You're watching a guide on the Estate of Unrest. I'm playing as Tekin, my 27 level rogue, and I'm in the entrance. And of course, I'm seeing bodies all over the place in the corridor, which is typical. I've just been invited into a group, and I think I'm going to try to make 2 videos out of this. And maybe, yeah, I think the video where I actually am grouped, I'm going to post that next week. Because Unrest is by far the most popular videos I put out. I mean, my #1 video. Probably as many views on that one as there is for the next 10 underneath it for Project 99 EverQuest. So anyways, this is the entrance, and you always see corpses all around here. I'm going to head over to this Dr. guys in the fireplace upstairs in a minute. And yeah, this is not the safest place to hang out. A lot of low-level people do come in here and rest on the side. However, trains, this is train central. Sometimes you'll get trains from the house, and they'll follow whoever is leading them, and they'll come from the sides. Or you'll get the yard trash and whatever else is out there come from this way is to the gazebo. Sorry, and this way is just to the open yard. So I guess these are the fountains. And yeah, dead corpses all over the place. You typically see them around. You could start out here low. I sometimes see level 12 characters like magicians or necros, and they come and they fight beetles. And but I would say minimum level to come to Unrest should be around 14. It just depends. I mean, there could be somebody there to help you out or whatnot. But here's the main set of doors. And yeah, I need to go upstairs, so I'm going to stop the video here for a second, and looks like somebody's hanging out there. It's kind of weird, but I need to get in that group, and I'm going to make a video about that. Alright, so let's continue on. I made a video about grouping. Wasn't as long as I wanted it to be, but that will come on next week. So this is the front entrance, and let's start with the yard first. Let's go over where the gazebo is. So I mean, there's a maze of hedges on either side. And the entrance is down that way. And you can go around, like follow the wall around. It takes you to the same place anyway. And it's not a bad place if you're around level 15 and you can 15 to 17 and you can tank the mobs out here on your own. It's not a bad place to solo. And but if you can't do that, or if you're too high, then you really need to get in be in a group to go inside. Although there is, I think, a spot in the top where you can solo if you're 35 or 30 plus. So this is the gazebo. There's usually, I think, 3 mobs inside there. Right now, I see 2 death beetles and 1 tormented dead. I think it's randomized. Like all through the yard, there's death beetles, and I think they're between level 12 to 14 about. Now, I've never really understood what this is. It's a bit of water. There's usually a mob over there. There always seems to be a ghoul, like a level 17 ghoul that spawns here. And I'm not sure why, but if you go in the water here, there's also another mob that's always there. These are all greenies to me. I can't get anything out of them out in the yard. Now let's go through this tunnel. I'm not a very good swimmer. Oop. There's the Gnomish Spelunker, and well, he's indifferent and he's blue. I don't know if I would lose faction if I was to kill him or not. And he's got a friend here who is green, an undead. It looks like a hag actually, but it's also the look for a lot of the zombies out in the yard. So I hailed Sarah. Hello, can you help me? I lost something and I need it so I can go back home. What something? I never got my doll for my birthday. Before he could bring it to me, I was hurt by the bad man. I could not leave without my doll. Will you please help me? I don't know what quest that is, but Spelunker is totally ignoring me. And if I was better at DPS, I would take it on, but I don't even think I can take on blues without getting down to, like, it would turn into a life or death struggle in the end. It's not really worth it, and I want to be able to run around the zone with a decent amount of health to show you guys. I mean, it's not about, the guides are not about showing combat, just showing what to do, basically, in the zone, the smart things. So I think the yard, like I said, people come out the very entrance around level 12 to 14, but the yard is really good from, I would say, if you're in a group 13 to... I think I was 19, actually, with my cleric before I left. I think at 19, virtually every mob is now green. So here's some lower level group. It's like 3 people out killing things. And you get things like jack-o'-lanterns. And this is actually a fitting video because Halloween's out in was it next week? Less than 2 weeks away. Today's the 20th, is it? Yeah, 20th. So in 11 days from now, it's Halloween. But undead, as everyone who plays EverQuest knows, they'll aggro on you no matter what level you are. So these guys, if I get close, will aggro on me. Although because they are green, I think their aggro range is reduced. And here's another doorway into there. I think there's actually 3 ways. The main entrance is right here, the front doors. So, but there's this entrance right here as well, and then there's another one. I'm not sure what this one is called. Actually, this is kind of like the side door, but I'm not sure if that's... I mean, I can look at the map. I don't know if it's going to list what that is. Let's see. It's a fair bit of a story for me to read through. 3 pages worth. Let's see this map. I need the key now. Does not say what it is. It just says A, B, and C, but that has nothing to do with the doors that's on the inside of the place. This is called the back door. You know, so a lot of people they bring in a small group or a full group, and you can actually pull to here. And Yuri, she could have helped me before I died in the next video. She did not help, and I died, and then I saw that she had died too, so it's kind of fitting. Silly player. Okay, so here's the front entrance that I went through earlier. Hey, they didn't loot this ghoul. Well, if you guys are going to leave it, I'm going to loot it. Leave it out in the open there. That ghoul was dead. Right before I started restarted the video from where I stopped at the doorway. Okay, so mobs will spawn on zombies or mummies and ghouls and skeletons will spawn all throughout these doorways when you go in. This is what's called the main room right here, and it's great from level, say, 15 to maybe 22, but I would say around 20 is best. And you actually have to know how to pull around Unrest, because if you don't, then you're going to be screwed if you just pull anything. Anything on the first floor should be safe if you have a group that could take it on. I don't think that there's any problem with that. The problem is that they only spawn so fast, and then once all the spawns are gone, that's when it gets tough, because a lot of people just get impatient. I should not be wandering around like that. I'm going to take this guy over here. It'd be nice, the ghoul. Take it. I don't want it. Yeah, they picked up on that. It's a greenie to me anyways. Okay, so here's the side door I'm passing by. Some mobs do spawn around here. And yeah, so you look in all the quarters, like in that little niche in there. That's a little... I don't know. Never gone up this set of stairs. I'm not sure where it goes exactly. I could go look. So there's a dark bone. It's greeny to me. This is the back room. I'm not here for anything. Yuri's 21, so she probably thinks I'm trying to take her mobs. I'm 27. I have no use for these mobs. So let's hide. Let's sneak. Let's go take a look what's up here. Because I don't know. It goes right to the fireplace. Are you serious? It's been a whole year since I've been coming here, and I didn't even know that. Okay, so it goes right up to the fireplace. This is right above the main room, and this is where I camped with my group for a bit in the video that's coming out next week. And so where they pull everything here, I don't know. And there's a third set of floors. We'll find out where that is, where that goes, because I actually don't know. But I'm a rogue, so I'm invisible when I'm stealthed, unless it's a mob that can see through invisibility, or a very tough mob that has the natural ability or some ability somehow. So we're back to the main room on the first floor. Now let's... okay, so if you're going to pull more than what's down here, there's a few places to pull, because you cannot go and pull everything. It's very, very dangerous. You will kill your group. So if this guy is here, if he's pulling, he actually went to a right room. So you go up. You do not go down here. This Crick fish off, that's just the pet. That pet is yellow to me. I'm 27. I believe the master, which is a ghoul, is like a necromancer, and it's level 35. So unless you're able to take that mob on, I mean, that's enough to kill even the group that I was in the video, I think. even though we had like a 30 tank. Okay, so yeah, so you go up this stairs. There is a ghoul there. It's not a big deal. I can probably easily solo that without any issue. Okay, so you look in that wing, and then you can also go to the other side. I'm going to unstealth, which is looks like what he's doing. This guy seems to know where to pull. So you can go in this doorway here, and there's usually a spawn here. Now, the upstairs spawn they're tougher than the main floor. So you can also go here, and this is across from the other one. So there's two of these kind of upstairs things. That's where you pull for the main room. Now, I've seen this guy from level 1, or first couple levels when he was out in the butcher block in front of Caladem. I actually went and helped him out. He was on a corpse run. He was being attacked, and I killed the mob that was on him. Okay, so beyond this, I don't have too much experience other than the basement, which is the toughest area in the zone. I know how to pull all through there. Unfortunately, the second and third levels, most of it. Third level, I have no idea. Second level, this is the fireplace. This is where a whole group can camp, and it's not a bad place, except that, like I said before, that if you're pulling mobs here quite often, somehow the aggro goes through the floor down to the main room, and if mobs like a hag or whatever else is with it goes down there, it can actually wipe out the main room group. So it's a little dangerous, and it's happened to me quite a lot of times, and it turns a lot of people off from Unrest. And I don't blame them. It just is not. This is Fritz off. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it can see through invisibility, the actual ghoul itself. So I'm not going to bother with that. So what's this? Dry bone skeleton. Oh hey, small bronze girdle. If you guys aren't whoever did that, whoever killed it, if they're not going to loot it, I'm going to loot it. Okay, so I guess a mob or two spawns in there, probably dry bone. And so there's another set of stairs going up over here. I thought that there was. So I assume that some mobs... Oh, look at this. There's a ghoul. That's all it is, a regular ghoul. I could kill that easily. I actually, just like I said, I have no idea. I've never actually been in these rooms. I've been too scared to do it with my previous characters. So I have not been a tank up here. So... there's only one thing left, is to go upstairs, actually. This last set of stairs. It's the only place that, to me, is kind of unexplored. Oh, there's a fourth level, too. Okay, so this must be where a lot of people pull to the fireplace. A lot of things. There's a lot of mobs in here. Zombie of an Unrest is noble. And werebat. It's, everything but the werebat. The werebat's even. Everything else is blue to me, so... kind of neat, yeah. So there's lots to pull. I think that's probably the main place where people for the fireplace pull. Let's go up to the 4th floor. I'm actually, as I am doing this video, I am literally rocking with my right foot my newborn in his little rocking chair. It has a little vibration thing on it. So this is I thought it was going to attack me. I would have been dead. I'd have no chance. Festering hag and a werebat. None of these mobs can see me. So I am stealth. Apparently this is a room. This is for me, this is kind of neat because this is the last thing that that's been left for me to discover in Unrest. Now, there's apparently some kind of hand that spawns somewhere, and I don't know where it spawns, but yeah. So apparently you can also solo this room or duo in this room, and to duo, I think, yeah, you got to be between 30 and 35. To solo, I think you need to be 35 to 36. Festering Hag's around level 30. I'm not sure what level werebats are. Probably around the same. But, you know, if I have my level 35 Shadow Knight and I were to pull one, I don't know about fighting. I know they have less hit points because they're spellcasters, but just if I had 2 hags on me, that could mean my death. Yeah. Well, I'd sit in a corner. I wouldn't actually sit in a corner pull. I'd probably sneak my way around and try to tackle the hag on its own. You very well might not get aggro unless it runs from you. I don't think hags do run. I don't think undead in general run besides ghouls, low-level ghouls. Oh, I gotta fix his head. It's sorry there. My yeah, my newborn's head was kind of slopping over on the side. Yeah, I would go to the corner and kill the festering hag, and maybe the werebat would come or not. But once you break the room, it shouldn't be so bad. I also have Feign Death, although my Feign Death is not maxed out. I think it's like it's 80s. If it doesn't work, I'm dead. Especially if it starts casting a spell and finishes while you're Feign Death, it's not going to believe you're dead, so it'll keep on attacking you. And you have to wait. I'm not sure how long it is to use Feign Death again. 30 seconds or a minute. It's painful if it fails. So, okay, so that's the first few floors. I don't know what's up here. Yeah. This has to go somewhere else. Whoa. Okay. Yeah, this is another thing you can pull to the fireplace. A barb bone skeleton. Those guys are dangerous for fireplace. Or sorry, not fireplace, main room. Skeletal monk. So there's more. Here's the hand. Awesome. They're all blue to me at 27. Dry bone skeletons. There's another, like another deck on top. I had no idea. This place keeps giving me surprises. Not sure what this area is called, but there's the hag room. I think it's called the hag room. Okay, so I'm gonna run down to the basement. You know what? I can just jump down. I've got safe fall. I mean, it works within reason. Yeah, it should be good. I'm invisible. Safe fall allows me to not take any damage. Let's go back to the front. We can go down to the basement. Now, I do believe the basement is the toughest area. They have that dwarven ghost that's down there. And I think that's about the highest mob in the whole place. I could be wrong. But I'm not too scared of this place. Like, Miss Moore was a little intimidated, probably because I just... 3/4 of the place I've never been through, especially when I went inside the castle. I've never in my life been inside the castle before I did that. Phone, I'll be right back, guys. Okay, sorry about that. Back to what I was doing. And this dwarf is going in the door that I want to go in. So this is the secret entrance to the basement. Close it up behind me. I don't think anybody's down here. Let's see. Yeah, there's a couple skeletons right in front of me. No one is high enough to be down there. Yeah. So I'm going to have to stealth to get down there. Hidden myself as quiet as a cat. Okay. So, barbone, skeleton monk, everything that's blue to me. There's a few things in the basement, like the hags that are level 30, so they'd be red. There's other things that are yellow to me as well. Now, hold on. Okay, hopefully there's some peace in the house. This is what I go through. My 3-year-old son shouting upstairs. It's not easy to make videos. Okay, so this is kind of like the area where, I mean, my group that I was here with, my Shadow Knight, kind of camped down here. But the last group that I was in, that'll be in the video next week, is dead corpse. Oh, that's a dwarf sitting right there. There's another feet from other people. No wonder things can go through the floor. This is the main room, I guess, right above me. Now, this is where the group that I was just in camped when they came down here. And, yeah, there's a lot to clear out. I mean, they're yellows. I definitely couldn't solo anything down there. Maybe a werebat if I'm lucky. Hags all over the place. Greater Dark Bones, werebats, and... but it's not just this room. I think most mobs actually come through... Why can't I go through here? I am going through the wall. There we go. Right... Oh, so I actually went right past it already. Skeleton monk. There's a mortuary fungus. It's indifferent to me. And it keeps going back. Dark terror ahead. Killed quite a few of these. These are red to me. Okay, so about the only other thing to note is what's down the end of the corridor here. Now, this is interesting. Looks like it's lava, right? You're going to die. Well... No, I don't know, I guess it's an illusion, but do not walk around the side. You will fall down into a pit, and there's a mob down there that'll immediately attack you. Well, maybe not me, because I'm stealth. There's a ladder to get up, but I've gotten stuck down there, and I've actually... did I die? I think I somehow got out of it with my Shadow Knight. I don't think I died with my Shadow Knight here. Okay, so I'm not dying. I'm not being hurt by the lava. Ooh, I went through the floor a bit. But it just goes to show you there's... kind of like a big room ahead. Let's go with the sideways crab walk because I move faster when I do that. I don't want to fall down into here, though. Okay, so... Oh, there is a greater dark bone. Oh, I'm thinking barb bone. There's no greater barb bone. That would be pretty funny. But no, there's hags down here. Now, I pulled a mob from up here with my Shadow Knight, and I got like 5 mobs and almost killed the group. We survived, but I'm not sure if somebody actually died from that. So just a word of warning that the aggro gets a little crazy. And here is a mob I wish the group that I was in pulled. I guess it spawned after we left because apparently they'd gotten everything down here. This guy, I don't know if he drops it every time, but there's a chance to drop the Dwarven Work Boots, which are magical boots, and for Rangers they're absolutely awesome. And any class really that, I think it has a strength and stamina component, or effect on it, I'm not sure. But right now I'm just using blackened iron boots, which are kind of pathetic, but they are magical. If I was able to kick, I could kick mobs that require a magical weapon to kill. So to get over there, obviously you go to the left, go down this corridor, there's a few mobs in the way, and pull it. And it ends. This is where it ends, officially ends down there. I thought it may continue on, but once I went in there, there was just a little corridor that ended like right there. And I don't know if a mob spawns in there or not, but it's kind of pointless to jump into there. Well, as far as I know, that's everything in Unrest. It's a great place to go. You need to know how the zone works. If you do, and you're in a group that's doing everything right, then it's excellent experience. But like I said, it's not always you. Somebody could... I've been in main floor where everything's going fine. We're pulling stuff, and then some idiot goes upstairs, finds a mob. He goes upstairs to solo to the second floor, and he runs into something that he can't handle. So he runs back down through the main room, and quite often undead will stop for whatever is in the way. They won't just continue following the mob, or sorry, the player that aggroed them. So you could get 1 or 2 or 3 mobs on your group that will basically destroy you in the main room, and it has nothing to do with anybody screwing up in your group. It's just some other idiots that are doing that. But and on the other hand, like I said, if there's a group in the fireplace like upstairs above the main room, they can what they're pulling can aggro down into the main room on you, and that's happened many times. And there's nothing you can do about it. Nothing at all. It's just how it works in the zone. So yeah, you can play smart, but it's like no matter how good of a driver you are, there's always idiots on the road you have to watch out for, and it's just how it works. So I'm going to go over the Estate of the Unrest story now, and it's kind of fitting that I do all this because Halloween's coming up, this video and the next, and Unrest are my most popular videos. I'm actually happy, and looking forward to putting them out. The Estate of Unrest. The Estate of Unrest was once the home of a dwarven noble in ages past. Following the unholy destruction that created Dagnar's Cauldron and the following takeover of that region by evil creatures, his estate was overrun by the undead and is now one of the great havens of the unliving in all of Norath. Dangers. Unrest is a small outdoor estate occupied from top to bottom with undead. The only principal areas of note in the estate are the manor house, the yard, and the maze. The manor house has 5 levels, including the basement. Trains here deserve special mention. A great deal of the hunting in the zone consists of pulling from the house where some lucky individual runs into the house, whacks a nearby monster, and runs back out with monster in tow. The problem is that these monsters sometimes don't always follow you. They will occasionally take circuits around the house, gathering their friends to come with them. Let's go have a picnic in the gazebo. There are other undead with aggro range when you pull. The end result is that very often there are overpulls from the house to the yard. Now, when this happens, usually a train results, and people fighting along the walls runs for the entrance. The phenomenon are unique to this zone. The first is that the entry tunnel is very long. If a train has entered that tunnel, it's safest to wait for it to come back out and disperse rather than go in after it. You will catch it coming back out and likely be torn to bits. The other problem is that often, because of the pathing in the zones, the trains will seem to take a little trip around the outside of the yard, especially the higher level trains. One of these trains will result in there being about 5 people in the tower wondering where everyone else went. The yard is a very busy part of the zone. There are roaming groups of monsters all over the area, mostly lower level creatures and the death beetles. Groups pull from the house and fight monsters, mostly along the back and west walls. The dangers in this area are mostly the trains, as described, and the death beetles. The death beetles will attack anyone fighting in this area. At high levels, they are a constant nuisance, but at lower levels, they can be downright dangerous, and many of us have handily fought off undead only to be nibbled away at by several death beetles. The first floor of the house is where most of the people pull to the yard from. Mostly high teens level monsters wander around here, nothing special. The second floor has some higher level creatures, but otherwise the only thing of note is the reclusive ghoul Magi room in the back, and an NPC named Crix that spawns in a closet near the Magi room. Crix may be involved in a quest, although details are unknown at the present, by me at least. The third floor contains the bar room, which is also busy. Although a good place to camp, the bar room is so close to the tower above that you really need to have a group camping each room. What happens otherwise is that if you attack someone in the bar room, the entire tower runs down the stairs to help out. You better order a drink when you hear them pounding down the stairs. The tower is a little safer and is kind of out of the way. You generally don't have to deal with much else when you're up there. The other area of interest all the way on the top of the manor is the hand room, where the hand spawns. This room is a nice spot to camp, as it is out of the way of all but the craziest trains. Puller, I know. I'll run out through the hand room. That will work. It is also... that's funny, actually. It is also a quick escape. You could clear the fireplace and the main room with that, actually. It is also a quick escape, as you can run out the balcony and onto the roof of the patio, and it's a straight shot to the zone. Yeah, but you can clear the entire unrest with that pull. The basement is a different matter. The basement is a death trap to someone by themselves or in a group that doesn't know what they're doing. The monsters, many of which are the dangerous festering hags, spawn down here in groups and quickly. The place is fast, 22-minute timer, but the experience may make it worth it, assuming you don't die much. Mortuary fungus here are also lethal, as they have a tendency to cast drowsiness on the melee types, making it very difficult to take them out without some magical backup. In the end of the basement is the Dwarven Ghost, who spawns some of the rarest items in the zone. He is protected by a full room of the toughest monsters in the zone, all of whom will swarm you if you don't kill them off first. Benefits. The Estate of Unrest is one of the great zones in the game. I have friends and know a lot of people who essentially lived there for 10 levels. It's a fast-paced, dangerous zone, but that is also what makes it so fun. People can gain experience quicker than many other places in here, and also become rich while doing so. A lot of the mainstay items in the game come out of Unrest, so there's a ready market for your excess loot. The other benefit, and something that is probably key to its success, is that the zone is broken up into specific areas designed for various levels. The rooms are designed for characters of a certain level range, and if you fit that range, you're going to have a good time there. Okay, so this is a guide made by somebody called Astus. Astus's Guide to Unrest. The Wonderful World of Unrest. Some classes can start hunting at Unrest at level 9, but it's safer to wait till level 12 to go there. The first group, or soloing, you will do will be what is commonly referred to as yard trash. Death beetles, tormented dead, greater skeletons, jack-o'-lanterns. Everything but the death beetles are undead. So all classes with undead type spells rejoice. The experience is amazing, and you'll find yourself ready for the next camp in no time. The first floor is the natural next area of Unrest to get experience. You can either pull to the outside from the side door or the back door. The front door is not recommended because if you look closely on the ground, train tracks have been laid there and are also used quite often. The druids and rangers are the best pullers in Unrest, because since it is tagged as an outdoor zone, Harmony is available, unresistible AE pacified. Once you are at level 14 as a priest, or 16 as an intelligence caster, you can handle camps inside the house on the first floor without too much problems. For melees, your mileage will vary depending on gear. You can hunt either inside the side door, where lesser blade fiends spawn, or in the center room. The center room is more risky because of the stairs leading to the second floor, where trains sometimes path. The notable mobs are lesser blade fiend, Pugius, these are the drops, the Pugius, and undead brewer, Hops. At level 19, when the experience rate starts to slow down, you can graduate to the second floor. The most common camp spot is called the fireplace, or FP. From there, you can reach quite a few named mobs. There are 2 mobs to avoid at all costs when hunting there. Crix Fitshoff, a gnome NPC, and a priest of Nagena, unless your group is insanely overpowered for their level. Okay, so I was wrong. I thought Crix Fitshoff was a ghoul. It's not easy to see it because all you see is the skeleton, but it is right next to the skeleton around the corner. So it's a gnome. Okay, let's get back to this. unless your group is insanely overpowered for the level. Harmony is best to break the bar room, but anyone with Pacify should be able to limit early pulls to 2 to 3 mobs at the most. Then it's great XP, grinding. Notable mobs are Reclusive Ghoul Magus, Savant's Cap, Dusty Bloodstained Gloves, Undead Barkeep, drops the Thick Leather Apron and Opaline Earrings, Reanimated Hand, drops the Ivory Bracelet, and if your group is brave, you can also pull the 3rd floor. 3 Festering Hags, the one in the middle is a placeholder for the Undead Knight of Unrest, and that drops the Bloodstained Mantle, Bloodstained Tunic. He is a Shadow Knight that will cast Harm Touch and Fear, so be ready. I've never run into that guy. While 2nd floor XP will be good until about level 25, it doesn't mean that you have to wait to be that high to go to the Bowels of Unrest, the dreaded basement. A fake library on the wall is the door to it on the 1st floor. I'd wait to at least level 21 to 23 before going there, but your mileage, again, will vary depending on gear and group makeup. Lots of tougher mobs with quest items await the adventurers in this gruesome area. Torture props and blood everywhere are the standard decoration for this camp. Greater Darkbone skeletons, dusty werebats, skeletal monks, festering hags populate this first section. Dark terrors, tentacle terrors, and mortuary fungus are further in. There is even a fake lava in one hall to trick players into trying to go around where they'll fall into a trap. Other than the numerous quest items that drop here fairly commonly, there is one notable mob, the ghost of the estate's owner, Garanel Ruxsif. He drops the popular jagged bands and the dwarven work boots. Overall, Unrest is a great XP zone that someone can stay until about level 35 if they so choose, or as a solo or duo. There is usually at least one group, even in the morning, and by primetime hours the zone can reach about 30 people. The trains can be deadly. Ghouls and carrion ghouls proc ghoul route, but as long as you stay off the tracks, it won't affect you. Cheers! Okay, so that's it for the history, lore, and information from the wiki. Let's move on to the map now. Now I only have 2 locations listed on the map location key here. They could have done a better job. I mean, obviously you can see the entrance to Dagnar's Cauldron, and the estate's right in the middle. You can see the 2 fountains right above the entrance to Dagnar's Cauldron, the long corridor. And all around that is the yard outside of the actual building. Number 1 is the underground cave with the gnomish spelunker, and number 2 is the gazebo, so it's pretty simple. Now there's more to it than that, because if you look at A, B, and C, those are the stairs that lead, I guess A leads upstairs, yeah, it goes 2nd floor, C leads up to the 2nd floor around where the fireplace is, and B leads down to the basement. Now to the right of A is the back room, there's the entrance there, and to the left of A is the side room, or side entrance. Where C is about where the main room is, or MR for short. And that's, you know, I've already shown all this, but I think C is the most dangerous place because a lot of mobs come down from the upper levels into the main room. So, let's go on to the upper floors. Number 1 is the back room. It spawns the Reclusive Ghoul Magus, and he drops the Savant Cap, which is common, and Dusty Bloodstained Gloves, which are rare. Number 2 is the bar room, where spawns an Undead Barkeep, who drops the Opaline Earring, which is common, and Thick Leather Apron, which is rare, and Zombie of Unrest Noble. Number 3 is a room with the Reanimated Hand, which drops the Ivory Bracelet. Number 4 is the tower that spawns a Priest in the Jenna, who drops the Tarnished Bronze Key. Number 5 is the tower room. Number 6, tower, with an Undead Knight of Unrest, who drops the Bloodstained Mantle, which is common, and Bloodstained Tunic, which is rare. Number 7, main basement room, filled with werebats and festering hags. Number 8, blood trap. Be sure to walk through the lava. Going around it will make you fall in the pits. Number 9 is the dwarf room with Garanel Ruxsif, who drops the jagged band, which is common, and dwarven work boots, which are rare. Also has tentacle terrors, who drop tentacle whip, and dark terrors. Alright guys, you saw that John C., the level 60 bard, helped me out. Unfortunately no dwarven work boots, but it was cool to fight that guy. And what did I got another jagged band. They're around 30, 50 plat. And let's see. Wow, my packs are pretty full. And I got kite shield I can sell for a few plat, and battle axe are really just for a few plat I guess I can get out of them there. Really not much there. But I think that's enough for this video, guys. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.